In order to heal the comatose CEO, the girl inserted silver needles into his shoulder, his chest, his elbow, and the top of his head. Then she flicked the needles with her fingers. A wisp of black smoke rose from his head. The old doctor nearby turned pale. He recognized it at once. This was the legendary Netherworld needles. But that wasn't all. The girl then took out a flute and began to play. A surge of powerful spiritual energy poured into the CEO's body. At the same time, the red spider lily on her forehead began to glow. As the flute music ended, the CEO suddenly spat out a mouthful of black blood. Everyone around was stunned. Only then did they realize this girl was truly the legendary ghost doctor. Turns out today she was holding a husband selection event. Because she was born with a cold pulse, she had to resolve the cold poison before a life-threatening calamity through the union of yin and yang. But the men who came either lacked strength or had impure motives. None of them were acceptable. Just as she wondered where to find the right man, a fleet of luxury cars suddenly arrived in the distance. Stepping out was the heiress of the richest family. She unfolded a reward notice in front of the crowd, offering a bounty for a miracle doctor to save her comatose brother. The conditions were shockingly generous. Any man who could save him would get half the family's fortune. Any woman would marry into the richest family. The tempting offer caused an uproar, but no one dared to step up, because it was said that even the 4 great doctors failed to cure him. The girl's eyes lit up. They needed a healer. She needed a husband. It was fate. She immediately stepped forward and grabbed the reward notice. Seeing how young she was, the butler kindly reminded her. Even the 4 great doctors couldn't help the young master. But the girl replied calmly. If the person she wanted to save had even a single breath left, she could pull him back from the king of hell. The heiress warned her again. This was no game. If she failed after taking the task, she'd lose her hands and feet and be hunted across the world. The girl remained unfazed. Her only condition was to marry immediately after saving him, and so she was brought to the richest family's home. At the same time, the heir was already lying on the bed at death's door. Yet the 4 great doctors stood helpless. One of them finally said, only the ghost doctor from Legends could bring the CEO back. But that person was mysterious and untraceable. Just as everyone was at a loss, an old man claiming to be the ghost doctor walked in. No one could tell if he was real. The richest man could only beg him with hope to save his son. But what they didn't know was that this so-called ghost doctor was a complete fraud. The old man acted mysterious and said that with enough sincerity, there was no illness he couldn't cure. The richest man understood immediately and offered 10,000 gold pieces. The old man's eyes lit up. He walked to the unconscious CEO and began performing nonsense rituals. After flailing around, he suddenly slapped the CEO's back. The CEO immediately coughed up fresh blood. The old man was terrified inside, but claimed it was a sign the treatment was working. The richest man grew even more anxious and gave him 10 more luxury mansions. The old man then hit the CEO with another heavy palm. The CEO was in excruciating pain, but couldn't even cry out for help. Seeing this, the old man prepared to strike the CEO's head directly. At that critical moment, the girl arrived just in time.